Hello, everybody. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so it's Mystery Monday. So that means that we are making a card based off the clues I'm giving you. So yesterday I posted these clues up on my blog. If you haven't been to my blog, please head over there sometime and leave me some comments, like that sort of thing, so I can get a larger audience. And also, if you don't mind, please like and share this video so that, again, I can get a larger audience. Because right now it's just me tonight. And I feel really lonely. Okay, so I'll give you just a couple of minutes to get these items together. And then I will go on to clue number 2. So while you guys are doing that, today, when I got off work from the university at 5 o'clock, I started working on some swaps that we do with our team. So there's lots of us on the team, and we create cards based off of one of the stamp sets that we can pre-order for the annual catalog that comes out on May the 4th. So we get a month in advance to order certain items so that we can be prepared, play with the items a little bit, get to know, the different stamps and things like that. And then what we do is then we all choose a stamp set that we want to create cards with. So a swap is when, like, in particular, our swap is always 15 plus 1. So the person who is hosting the swap, they get one of the cards. They get one of every single card. And everybody else gets 15 cards back. They don't get their own. They get 15 different cards back. So it's a little complicated on how it works, because we used to have to make 20, 30 or more cards depending on how many people wanted to swap, and we would just do it as one huge swap. And you get a lot of cards that way, but on the other hand, you're making 20 to 30 of the same card, and it's really time consuming. So when you're a demonstrator and you're running a business, it takes a little bit of time away from that portion. So it can be kind of time consuming. But anyway, so what I was going to say was I started working on my swap, and I got about halfway done. I got everything cut for it. I'm going to go ahead and go to clue number 2 while I'm chit-chatting with you. Adhere the DSP to the front of the card base. So what I did was I got everything cut out. I figured out what my card design was going to be and stuff. And then I started putting together the card. And so I was stamping and blending ink and stuff on the card base. And then I got just about done with it. And I looked at some of them that I did, and I'm like, I'm not exactly happy with the way that looks. Some of them, about half of them were fine, and about half of them were not. So I've got about 6 cards that I have to redo the base for. Thankfully, I had not put any of the other items on the card, so that I'll get that done tonight, but it was frustrating for me. Clue number 3, stamp image on a 2.5 by 5 inch basic white cardstock, trim if needed, and color if needed. So, and I'll show you here in a minute, when we finish, I'll show you what I'm working on, and I'll show you why I'm not happy. Because, you know, when you're gonna give something to people, and it's gonna be an example of the type of work that you do, and this type of stamps and supplies and so forth that we are going to sell when the new catalog comes out, you want it to look good. You know, you want it to be nice. Now, I'm notorious for making complicated cards. So I always have several steps that I go through to make my cards. And it's not that it's that hard, but part of it is just figuring out a design and deciding, you know, what it is that you want to make, how you want it to look. What type of sentiment do you want it to have? What embellishments do you want? Do you want ribbon on it? Do you, you know, sometimes when you start putting a card together, you realize that something just isn't right. You know, you need something maybe to ground the image or whatever. So it's, it can be a little time consuming in that regard. However, Stampin' Up! Has tons, and I mean tons, of card ideas. You get card ideas from other demonstrators. We have this thing that's called Case, and it is copy and share everything. So as demonstrators, very few, and I mean very, very few of thousands and thousands of us are real competitive. So we try to help one another, and we try to encourage one another. And if someone likes one of my cards, if they give me credit for it, if they say, you know, I cased this card from Teresa Tucker, or Teresa Tucker made a card similar to this, and this is what inspired me. And you can make it different. You can change the embellishments, you can change the punch, there's things that you can change over it and still make it your own. And you can just mention, you know, this person inspired me with this card that they made. So that's the way it works with most of us at Stampin' Up! So anyway, thank you for being here. You know what? I don't even think I introduced myself. So my name is Teresa Tucker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator with Stampin' Up! I've been stamping since about 2006. Before that, I was making scrapbooks. And since I've gotten into card making and started running this as a business almost 2 years ago, I have had less time to scrapbook, and I kind of miss it. So one of my girlfriends gave me a bunch of scrap supplies yesterday, and I spent some time this afternoon going through some of it. And I mean, it just makes me just want to get out my pictures and start scrapbooking. I love doing that. So clue number 4, stamp the sentiment on the scrap white cardstock and punch or cut it out. So yeah, there's nobody here watching me live tonight, which is really unusual. So my friends must all be busy. Anyway, I'm going to leave this up. It will play. I'll do a little bit of tweaking on it, and then I will include all of the supplies that I used to create the card that I'm going to show you at the end, and all of the supplies and stuff, and you can get all of that from me. And like I said, I'll put it in the list that'll go with this video, but it'll take me a little bit to get it together. So you'll be able to watch the video anytime, but then come back and check to see, you know, what my supply list is and so forth. So anyway, okay. So just, if you've already stamped your sentiment on scrap cardstock, punch it and cut it out. We'll move on to clue number 5. Now, using dimensionals, adhere the sentiment to the card. So I got to tell you something. This morning I had a doctor's appointment at 8 o'clock, and I was headed into town. I live in St. Joe, which is about 10 miles east of Champaign-Urbana. So I work at the University of Illinois, which is in Urbana. And I was headed into town, and we've got this where it used to be 5 streets all came together. And so it got the nickname 5 Points, and it's always I mean, those of us that have lived in this area forever, we're old as dirt. We still call it 5 Points, but it's actually the corner of University Avenue and Vine. So anyway, I was getting ready to go through the green light. It was green. It had been green. It hadn't gotten yellow or anything like that. And I was going through the light, and all of a sudden this car pulled out off of the side. And I mean, this is a busy, busy intersection. And they pulled out, and they were going to turn in front of me. And I hit my brakes so hard, they actually squealed. That person stopped, thank God. And then all the way to the rest of the way to the clinic to make my appointment, I was like, thank you, Jesus, 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 thank you, Jesus. I just kept thanking Jesus because I was like, oh my gosh, that would have been horrible because I was going the speed limit. So I was going 40 miles an hour and I would have hit that person 40 miles an hour. And oh my gosh, it's just frightening to think about that. So anyway, let's go to clue number 6. I think, uh-oh. I skipped clue number 6. There isn't one. Okay, so this would actually be clue number 6. Embellish as desired. So while you guys are doing that, I just wanted to show you some new in color jewels. So these are the new in color jewels. I'll leave this piece of cardboard behind it so that you can see it a little bit easier. See that? So the colors are the, well, this one right here would be the soft succulent. This one right here is the fresh freesia. This one here is the evening evergreen. This one is the, which one is this? Pale papaya. And this one is, what was this one? Oh, polished pink. So those are the new in colors. They're really pretty. And here, let me show you the outside of the catalog if you haven't seen it yet. I also wanted to show you a couple of embellishments that they came out with this time. I haven't used these yet with the cards that I've started making. But here we go. See those little bees? Aren't those cute? So this last time, I think it was in the mini catalog, Stampin' Up! Introduced the ladybugs. And I like them so much that they're on the retired list right now, but I like them so much I made sure that I ordered some more. So these are the little ladybugs. When they're new, they're hard to get open. Here are the little ladybugs. See that? Isn't that adorable? I just love them. They're so pretty. Just so cute. Yep. So I won't be showing the ladybugs because they'll be retired after May the 3rd. May the 4th is when the new catalog comes out. So I won't be showing them again, but I will be using them on personal cards, birthday cards, and things like that. So if you want a birthday card from me, just get a hold of me. You can reach me through right here, Facebook, my business page. You can reach me through my blog. Here is, oh, I've got it all on this page actually. So let's get back to this for just one second. Okay, so thank you for playing along, and please upload your card to my Facebook business page before April 30th for a chance to win one of my cards. Your name will also be put in a drawing for a prize on May 3rd, just before this class at 7 o'clock, right here on my Facebook business page. So here's all the ways that you can connect with me. So you can reach me at my email address. You can reach me through my blog. So I use tinyurl so that it's a lot shorter. So https tinyurl.com/Teresa with an H, Tucker blog. And then I have a Pinterest page, I have a YouTube channel, and then of course I've got this business page. My regular Facebook page is just Teresa Tucker. So, and it's connected to that email address right there. So that's that. So here's the card that I made for tonight's mystery card. Isn't that cute? I really like how it turned out. I was pleasantly surprised because sometimes when I start working on a design, I don't always have it in mind what I want to do. So I kind of make it up as I go along. And sometimes it turns out and sometimes it didn't. But this time it turned out real well. So I'm real happy with that. So I was going to show you what I'm doing for my swap. So I'm using Inspired Thoughts. So this is my swap. And everything's fine except that when I was doing the blue part and then the part for the sun, it's like, did I forget how to blend or what? Because it was getting darker and darker. And here's an example of what I'm talking about. And it's like it got bigger and bigger, and I just don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. So I am redoing a bunch of them. But I like the design. I like how that looks because I really wanted to show off these canopy. This is the canopy dies and the different leaves, the way that you layer these together to look like leaves. And then I used a stamp with the flowers in it, and then just, yeah, then I just put the sentiment on there, sending healing thoughts your way. Primarily, it's just an example of this stamp set and the canopy dies. And that was the purpose for the card. That's the purpose for the swap. So that's what I have. And I'm so glad that you were here. Please comment and like and share my video. I really appreciate it. And I will see you Thursday for Technique Thursday. So it'll be right here on Thursday at 8:10. So thank you again for joining me. I'm really glad that you were here, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.